Hey everyone, welcome. Rabid here, and post here was brought to my attention by Flexpool actually, who is sponsoring this video, not to promote their pool, but to actually relay this message to a lot of miners out there, especially if you're a bigger miner. So this is actually quite interesting, and I thank Flexpool for this. So anyway, look at research on 1GUI pool transactions or mining on Ethermine and other big pools makes you lose 3 to 4% of your revenue. So what they're trying to say here right off the get-go is you're actually losing mining on the bigger pools just due to the fact the way they do their payouts. Now this is more for bigger miners, but we'll go through here and look. I have been looking at how big pools send payouts to miners on their own blocks like Ethermine. The technique they use is to include them on their own blocks mined to save on transaction fees. This typically attracts small miners under the 100 megahash mark who want constant payouts. So you're on a bigger pool, you're getting payouts faster because they're finding blocks quicker. So the under 0.01 ETH payout fees. So the pool pays only 1 GUI fee, not the normal transaction fee. Unfortunately, by doing so, these pools occupy transaction space in their blocks, decreasing a mined block's overall capacity to store transaction fees. According to my research, Ethermine, the most known pool for doing this, and I'm actually on this currently, but I may be switching here quite soon, wastes approximately 6% of the transaction space in blocks mined. Because the blocks are filled with Ethermine's payouts, the block reward is less, which leads to a significant decrease in profitability, especially for large miners whose payouts are greater than 0.01 Ethereum. This is a table that estimates how much miners are losing from each block reward. So here's the block rewards and the estimated losses that you're seeing per reward. So if we take a look at the currently, what everything's looking at, we're at the 4s, the high 3s, up to 5. So we're pretty stable here, sitting around the highs of 4s. So I did do a calculation based on 4 of your 3%, and that works out to be 0.12 Ethereum. And that is $202.56 US dollars based upon 4eth block. Now, the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing blocks hit as high as the 80s and 60s, and it's just been insane. So 5% of 10 ETH is 0.05, and that's giving you $846 that you're actually missing out on. So it does start to add up, especially over time as it goes through. So that's quite interesting that they are actually doing this. So also here, according to the average block reward, Ethermine miners lose 3 to 4% of their revenue. And here's a visualization of the actual blocks, which I have blown up over here. So as you can see, this is about the space here. So it looks like 82% is all they're filling on the majority of their blocks when it comes to their transaction fees. Now that's like 18% of the block that's empty. So that's wasted block. You're not getting paid for that. All right, so here's an example how Ethermine and the larger pools do this. As you know, the block reward for finding a block is 2 ETH plus all the transactions based upon it within 15 seconds. Here you can see it was 2 plus 1.9 for a total of 3.9. Now this is the block they found with their gas prices of all the 1 GUI, and they prioritize this over all the other transactions that take place, which means you're missing out on potentially a lot higher transaction fees. So this could have been like a 5 or 6 ETH block over a 3.9. And over time that does add up, and they're doing payouts quite often with the size that they are. So here below this is Ethermine is not the only pool that does this. Spark Pool, F2 Pool, Nanopool, Hiveos, Mining Pool Hub, 2Miners, Mineral, Ethash Pool, and others are doing the same technique. Now, unfortunately, I think he means fortunately here, but few pools do not waste the tax fee space in the blocks. Some of those pools are Flexpool, Cruxpool, and Wooly Pooly. I would love to hear your comments and feedback, and likewise, I would love to hear your comments and feedback as well. Few comments here says, I have noticed this as well. However, enables smaller and more frequent payouts with no transaction fee. It's a trade-off that is probably worse for big miners that have minimum payout of greater than 1 ETH, but might be more worth it for smaller miners that take a couple weeks to get 0.05 Ethereum minimum payment. The network fees can get pretty high at times. So I've also talked to some other people that have switched off Ethermine and are actually on Flexpool. I'm not just promoting it, but it is true. And they are actually seeing a higher increase in their payouts that they're making per week, per 2 weeks, per whatever. So when I am actually done here, where am I? Right here on Ethermine, I have, let's just refresh that. So I'm at 37% of my payout. I will be swapping over to FlexPool and doing like a 1 month thing and seeing how that plays out, because I just did one actually for a month. You saw my previous one, it worked out about an ETH. Obviously it all depends on transaction fees and everything else that plays into that, because you never know if there's no high fees, the price isn't shooting up, shooting down. If it stays stale, there's not much action on the network, then that, you know, ultimately determine your payouts as well. But I'm going to try that for a month when I get my Ethermine payout and see how it goes. If you guys want to try it out as well, you know, I'm also suggesting check out FlexPool. And yeah, it seems like a great thing to go. The community seems pretty good. And that is pretty much my 2 cents. I will have a link to this in the description, so check that out if you want to read this article for yourself. It was very interesting, and I was not aware that this was actually happening, and I never really dug into it myself. But, you know, always do your own research. Always look into everything. Don't just rely on YouTube videos or an article. You know, just go look for multiple articles, see if other things commingle with each other, and just come out to your own determination and opinion for yourself. But this is just what I wanted to bring attention to and show it to you guys. And I'm going to be trying out FlexPool myself, and I'll bring some rewards and see if I make more ETH or not. Before I do go, I am on Mining Pool Stats here, and I went to check out FlexPool, and they are gaining hash rate at a nice constant rate. So as you can see, they're down here at about 695, 690 or so, and they're currently sitting at 893 gigahash. So not too long, they'll be topping that 1 terahash mark. So people will probably have more eyes on them. And these ones are just crazy. Look at that. Those must be profit switchers and everything going on over here. But yeah, this is a nice constant uprising going on here. So the pool is getting stronger. It's coming in. So yeah, if you want to check it out, check it out. I know I will be. And thanks for watching, guys. Rabid out.